Alright, so I just deleted some of the objects that are in here because I'd like to create them together. So we're going to just be going over how you can do this week's lab in GNS3. I'm not going to walk through the lab. I'm actually just going to go straight to the point of connecting your GNS3 to the radius. So this is assuming your radius is already configured and that you may be running into some issues with connecting the GNS3 to your VM that has the win radius. I currently have win radius running in server 2012. You could put it on anything you like. It does not make any difference. So I've got everything IP'd. You can trust me, it's done. So I'm not going to go over those. Those are just really basic things. However, so we've got the GNS3 and we want to connect it. So I'm going to drag over a cloud. Cloud is what's going to connect the router to the network interface of the GNS3 virtual machine, and it'll share the network. So the network that we have for this one is the ENS32. We'll be verifying shortly that that's actually up. And before you proceed though, we need to make certain that these are on the same network, which is also your same broadcast domain. So this virtual machine is on NAT. You could set it to whatever you like. It doesn't even have to be NAT. It could be host only, but the gotcha is it has to be on the same network as the other virtual machine. So I'm just going to leave it as NAT. I just highlighted this to show that I do have a LAN segment called GNS3 as well. And you can create one for yours. And going to the one that has the win radius. So pull up the properties. And you can see I've got NAT. They're in the same network segment. So we need to verify that the ENS32 is up. If we go to the prompt, type in ifconfig, you can see that it is currently up. If it's not up, it won't work. I'm actually going to kill it though. So sometimes you will have the service that'll fail. So right now it's now offline. I'm going to do another ifconfig. And you can see it's not listed. Sometimes the service will fail, so double check that it is there before you proceed. And now it's there. I'm going to rename this radius. You can call it whatever you like. So I've connected it to that adapter, and I have mine set up to Ethernet 1 for connecting to radius. So this error message, it's talking about the promiscuous mode. If you just simply click OK, I'm going to go over some of the sort of faults that you'll encounter, and it may send you sort of spinning. So I'm going to show you how we can actually get this to work. The fact that it doesn't work in promiscuous mode and you're getting this error, it will fail the radius from functioning properly. You'll see things seem to be working, but they don't completely work. So I'm going to click OK. All right. If you didn't see what I did, I'm actually going to start a Wireshark. Wireshark in GNS3 is really simple. Just simply right-click on the link, start capture, click OK, and we have a Wireshark. Currently there's no traffic, so there shouldn't be anything. You may see some CDP, some discovery, but other than that, there shouldn't be much else. going to try a local account. There. I'll try entering this password again. Alright, with a local account of FOL username admin01, admin01 pass. So we're not actually seeing any traffic here. So the result that I'm actually getting now that I'm recording is slightly different than what I had previously. Previously, it had got to the win radius, but win radius wasn't able to respond. But you can see that it is saying that the radius server isn't responding. So we can try and ping it, and you'll see that there shouldn't be anything. I'm actually just going to verify that so I did have an issue with the VM, and it didn't gracefully shut down. I'm going to verify the IP scheme. It is correct. To ping over to the other side. But before I do that, to take a look at the ping from here. Something is really not working. There's nothing. Alright, so I'm not going to bore everybody here. I'm actually just going to pause this and see if I can figure out what's up. Alright, so I haven't actually changed anything. I just did a show IP route, and then I went to send some pings. And it finally ended up showing up in Wireshark. So as you can see, it's being sent out, but there's no response coming back. So now because it's actually sending things out, I'm going to try and re-log in. I'm just going to do a show run section AAA. Alright. So I'm going to use the PCA. I'm going to connect. All right, so it's finally working the way that it did before. For some odd peculiar reason, it seems that it takes a while for things to settle down, but now that they have, it's now working. So now I'll be able to show some of the errors that you'll be seeing if it's not configured properly. So you're only supposed to see that it tries once. You get a bunch of duplicates, and it'll keep trying, and it's saying, authenticate OK, and it keeps coming back saying authenticate OK because it's not getting response. So I'm going to just jump over to Wireshark. And hopefully if Wireshark is working properly, I'm just going to stop this so it doesn't get any more data in here. And see if we can find Radius. Alright, so we have the duplicate request and then another duplicate request. So it's going out, so that's going from the router. It's going to the Radius server, but nowhere in here are you going to see a response coming back. So I'd shown previously that we can send a ping out. So the ping goes out. This computer will receive it, but it can't respond. So something similar to this is happening again. So the Radius is actually getting through. The Radius server gets it and says, okay, the router didn't get it, so it sends it again, and again, and again. So you can actually see that it does 4 kicks at the can before it finally gives up, and then it will time out. So if I go back to the PC, it was aborted. It didn't connect. This wasn't authorized. Alright, so that actually is an issue with the fact that the promiscuous. So you can send out on promiscuous, but you can't receive coming back. So to solve that, we need to actually have some elevated privileges. So I'm going to now pause both of these. Now, I kind of held my breath when I hit the pause because I'm actually going to be switching to administrator. It may throw a fit, but we'll find out. All right, so on my computer, I've run it as root. It's going to be the same with you. You're going to run it as administrator. So I'm just going to go to do VMware. And now we have the ability to do promiscuous. So let's see if this will actually resume, and it did. Alright, so now we have all the privileges that would be required. So I'm going to try that again. Type in info 6048. And bada boom, bada bing, we're in. So we should have just got one, says authenticate OK. It was able to respond to the router received it, and it let us in. We can take a look at Wireshark. And I actually hit stop, so I'm not going to see it. However, despite the fact that I hit stop, the GNS3 is still taking a PCAP. So I'm going to just go back to Wireshark, and it should leave off where we were. So now I can stop this one, though. And you can see access request. That's the username. Password's encrypted. And then we can see now the accept. So you have two-way traffic now. So if you're experiencing what I had, run as administrator, and you should be good. All right, well, good luck for this week, and hopefully you've managed to get things working first virtually before you show up to the lab, and it should just be copy paste them into some hardware, validate that it does in fact work on real hardware, and ask your lab professor any kind of questions you might have. All right, bye.